Okay, here we are in a bay on the southwest tip of Symi Island. This catch was not so very far from us not so long ago. If I pan out and around, that catch would have been in the frame about here earlier, and I'm kind of worried that it's dragging its anchor. You can see, well, it's turned into wind a bit now, but in the previous shot you would see it was across the wind, which is very often a symptom of the anchor dragging. And they're very close to the wall over there, and I don't think there's anyone on board. It's pretty windy here. It's fluctuating between 9 and 20 something knots. The problem is that well, I'd love to go and help, but as you can probably see, we have our dinghy still up on the back and our outboards are locked on and under covers. In the past I have been to help boats in trouble like that with a spare anchor and some spare rode. I think what's happened here is that as it's got into the shallow water, although it's turning broadside onto the wind again, mind you, we're swinging a bit and we're not dragging. I don't know, I think as it's got into the shallower water the anchor may have held. They haven't actually hit the wall over there, and I hope very much they don't hit the wall over there. My partner did suggest to me maybe they moved while we were down below watching a movie, but I honestly believe that they've dragged their anchor. And that is one of the perils. If you anchor your boat, you go ashore, it would be nice to be certain that it was going to be where you left it when you come back. And obviously if it hits the wall or goes aground in the shallows, then there could be some damage. But let's hope that doesn't happen. Then they've not hit the wall, and I would say they're still afloat. And I'm hoping that the anchor has dug in again as they've got into the shallower water. But that's all I can really say at the moment. What we have here is a boat anchoring in front of another boat. If you anchor in front of another boat, you've really got to go quite a long way in front of it, because obviously their anchor is out in front of them. Well, it is in these conditions where the wind is blowing reasonably strongly. So they've anchored, I think they've settled there, but they're very close. So there's a boat, Just Jane, in front of us, Port Adelaide, Australia. We're quite a way behind it, so that's the boat. And then in front of that is Orca Joss, that we've seen somewhere else. They went quite a way forward and anchored, and then of course dropped back, which has left them quite close to Just Jane. And that's fine so long as they don't drag. And but the other thing is that in front of them, which you probably can't see, there are some moored boats quite a long way in front of them, so they can't put out too much chain, because if the wind were to come around and they swung the other way, then they could hit the moored boats. You can probably just see one creeping into the picture now, the blue one. So if it had been me, I'd have gone way over there to the right of that boat. There's much more space. But there you go, that's just my view on things. And they're settled down now. Well, they're probably a reasonable distance in front actually, but I don't know how much chain they've put down or whether they might drag. So interesting situation. They have got more shelter by going further forward. Anyway, there's another little anchoring video. Over here we have the ketch that was the one that had dragged its anchor and was getting dangerously close to the end of the bay. Back where it started from, the owners returned before any damage was done, thankfully, and have gone back to their original position more or less. And over here we have Orca Joss, which is the boat that had anchored in front of the boat in front of us, and which I thought was a little bit close. and they have in fact relocated as well.